Who's in charge of Canada's secret maple syrup reserve?
Really is one.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
Did you try and get the key or something?
No, but it was actually it's we talk about it in the movie, but it really is our version of Fort Knox, because you guys have gold and important things,
Right.
and there is a secret reserve in a hidden location in Quebec of maple syrup.
What do they use the maple syrup for?
But this is it. Because they're worried there could be a maple syrup shortage. So it's sort of like OPEC or whatever.
Yep.
You know, you got to like hoard some maple syrup in case there's a shortage for a few years. So they have 5 years worth of maple syrup that's just sitting there in massive drums, just in case there's like, who knows, maybe the trees get knocked out
Yep.
and we don't have a good harvest for a couple years. Don't worry, we've got you covered. There's a secret maple syrup reserve in Canada. And not only that, the crazy thing is, one of the greatest sort of scandals in recent Canadian history is that someone robbed the maple syrup reserve.
Ooh, and what happened?
Well,
It is literally the financially the biggest crime that ever hit Canada, where these guys who were working there were stealing maple syrup, and what they would do is take these barrels and pump the maple syrup out and pump water in.
we're not. This
is all true.
This is true, by the way.
And I
We're
love
not.
how it's like the most scandalous financial.
Oh
But
no,
it
this
is.
is it. But think about it.
Canada's
You're
history.
robbing our secret reserve of maple syrup. I mean, that is outrageous.
Yeah.
As Canadians, like, I'm ready to rip my shirt off
Right.
and go beat someone up over this. This is not cool.
It is the largest scale crime ever committed in Canada.
Oh my gosh.
And people were furious because it's
When did this happen?
This happened like 3-4 years
Not
ago.
long ago.
And the thing that was crazy is they were fencing the maple syrup. So they load it up into like tanker trucks.
Right.
And they drive it across the border to Vermont, and they were fencing the stolen maple syrup in Vermont. This is not a lie. We're like, how is this not a movie? Like that alone. Well, I think it is being
I
turned
think
into a
somebody
movie.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
it took a lot of negotiating to get us into the location
Yeah.
and to sit with the guy and to talk to him about this crime. But
That's
it's worth
pretty
it.
insane.
Isn't that great though?
That is
that's
so great.
I
No,
mean,
but it's
you
all
get
true.
more
It's
Canadian
all
than
true.
that.
Right.
It's all in the movie.
That's awesome. So that is also in the
Oh, yeah.
You cover that through interviews or through something else?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah, we went to the
there.
maple syrup
We got
reserve.
into
Wow.
the reserve.
Wow.
We sat with the guy.
You sat with the guy, but I didn't realize that he let you in.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Did you see the
Oh,
maple syrup?
oh, we
yeah.
saw it. It's like I was jonesing when I
You'll
got
see
over
it.
there. I was like, can I sample some of this now, please?
It is actually kind of cool because I think I say this in the movie, but you know the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they take the Ark and they put it in that warehouse with rooms of rooms and rooms and rooms of other
Yeah.
secret stuff. That's exactly the way this is, except it's barrels and barrels and barrels and barrels of maple syrup.
All right.
And it's these huge warehouses in the deep sort of Quebec countryside. No one and you would never know. Like, you drive up, it's the middle of nowhere, and then just suddenly these massive warehouses, and you're like, what the hell's in there? Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.